This matter involved an unfair dismissal application made by a pickup and delivery driver. He was terminated after his employer reached a conclusion that he was guilty of serious misconduct. There was a missing laptop which was not delivered to one of the clients, Harvey Norman, and as a result of the missing laptop there was a review of CCTV footage, and although there was no one was seen with the laptop box, the employer formed a conclusion that the applicant was acting suspiciously on the CCTV because they said that he was looking at the camera and dragging packages around in a way that they found suspicious, and they thought was him attempting to hide the laptop from the CCTV. This allegation was put to the employee. He was denied any right to view the CCTV footage prior to his dismissal. It was claimed by the employer that they had made arrangements to allow him to finally, after many requests, to view the CCTV footage, but in that final meeting a medical certificate was provided that the employee was not fit to attend the meeting. The employer then terminated his employment rather than rescheduling the meeting. So the Fair Work Commission, in effect, found in favour of the employee and awarded $25,000 compensation, finding that it was in effect a breach of procedural fairness, and quite a significant one, not to allow the employee to view the CCTV footage.
Yeah, I think there's a tendency for a lot of employers to jump in when they've got CCTV footage and think that the allegations are proven, that the CCTV footage or the camera or whatever it might be just proves it, and they don't have to put the allegations to the employee or give them an opportunity to respond, because as far as they're concerned it's proven. And one of the factors that the Fair Work Commission has to consider when determining whether a dismissal was unfair is whether the employee got the opportunity to provide a response to their potential termination before the dismissal. In this case, the employee wasn't provided any opportunity to respond, and so the dismissal was unfair. Had the CCTV footage been put to him, he might have had a reasonable explanation as to what his conduct was for, what he was doing, why he was apparently hiding the footage. And this was obviously one of the major factors that determined that dismissal was unfair.
And the Commission went as far as to say that if to determine his behaviour was suspicious without giving him a chance to look at it and explain it was nothing more than speculation on the part of the employer.
I think employers need to be pretty careful when it comes to CCTV and relying on it, and what is actually in there and what maybe you're imputing to a situation. The other interesting fact here was, as you mentioned, the medical certificate that was provided to the employer and the fact they didn't attend a meeting. This really commonly happens in these situations where there's some sort of disciplinary issue or allegation. Employees sometimes quite understandably feel quite stressed by that and go off to their doctor and get a medical certificate. It's really important that employers are cautious in these situations, not to just simply move ahead and terminate and not give an opportunity to respond. And you really need to tick off that procedural fairness element, because it's the key one that trips employers up in unfair dismissal cases. So whether it's delaying the meeting, whether it's providing allegations in writing and seeing if the person's well enough to respond in writing, ensuring that there's procedural fairness, is just as important as ensuring there's a valid reason for termination.